The first day of the unit is the introduction to the final project.
Alright class, today we're going to be wrapping up our unit on the animal kingdom by starting our final project. Your final project is going to be a children's book about an animal. So we are going to start brainstorming and planning by using the raft model. So in the raft model, the R stands for role. So you're going to take on the role of an animal. The A stands for audience. So while you're writing, I want you to think about your audience. And at the end, we're going to be reading these books to a younger class. So think about how it would appeal to a younger class. And then F stands for form. And we could do multiple different forms, like a book or a magazine or an article or a poem, but we are going to be making books. And then the T stands for topic. And your topic is going to be about the day in the life of an animal. So now I'm going to read you guys a story that one of my students did last year so that you can see what you'll be doing. So this is called Lenny's Pride. Hi, I'm Lenny the lion. Welcome to my pride. We live in southern Africa where it is hot and dry. In my pride, there are 15 of us, and we are just one big family. I have many brothers and sisters to play with, and many aunts who take care of us. At night, our moms go hunting for food. We like to eat zebra, antelopes, and even hippos. My favorite is buffalo. However, lately we haven't had buffalo because another pride is crossing into our territory. As lions, we are very territorial and don't like if another pride comes into our home. My dad wants to fight them, but I think we should just talk to them and we could live in peace together. I'm Lenny and I'm from the pride next door. We are wondering if maybe you wanted to go hunting with us tonight, and then we could share the food we find. That sounds like a good plan. This way we won't be competing for the same food every night, said the elder lion as he gave a big roar. Then everyone in both packs gave a big roar to say that the packs were friendly. After that, we hunt together and have a feast every night. I love being with my pride. So let's see, do you think you guys could name each of the raft parts from this book? Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you think the role is for this book? We already talked about it. Yeah, Rachel?
Is it Lenny the lion?
Yep, so he's taking on the role of Lenny the lion. So then, who do you think the audience is for this book? What does it seem like? Does it seem like it would be for older people?
Students younger than us?
Yeah, students. What about the form? What form is this in?
It's in a picture book.
Yep, good job. What is the topic in this book?
Lenny's life.
Yep, and Lenny is a lion. So it's all about Lenny the lion's life. Good job, guys.
Day 2 and 3 are dedicated to research. Students choose an animal, then spend the 2 class periods gathering facts about their chosen animal.
On day 4, Ms. Gattani introduces the basic elements of a story, goes over how to implement scientific vocabulary into their stories, and talks about the checklist she'll use to grade their stories.
So now we're going to talk about the parts of a story. The first part of a story is the problem, and the problem is something that isn't really going as planned in the story. Then there's the climax, which is the high point of the story, and the resolution, which is how the problem gets fixed. We can kind of think about that with this graph. We have a problem and it's just building and building and building until we hit the climax, and then it goes back down to the resolution, everything is okay again. So thinking back to the Lenny's Pride book, what do you think our problem would be? What's not really going as planned in the story?
The two competing prides.
Yep, the two prides are competing for the same food. So what do you think the climax would be in the book?
When Lenny went and talked to the other pride.
Yep, Lenny went and talked to the headline of that pride and tried to work everything out with him. So then what was the resolution?
Is that when they say that they can share the food and they eat together?
Yep, they decided that they'd share and that they'd eat the food together. Great job. So for the past week or so, we've kind of been talking about animals and the animal kingdom. And so we're going to relate our books to the science vocabulary too. So what kind of science vocabulary did you hear in the book about Lenny the lion?
His pride.
Yep, his pride, where he lives.
They talked about the temperature and like the climate of southern Africa, which was hot and dry.
Yep, that's right.
They talked about his food, like that he ate zebras and antelope.
Yep, he's a carnivore.
And they talked about how lions are territorial and the females do the hunt.
Yeah, that's a very good job. So we are going to have a checklist for you to look at when you write your story, and I want you to include science vocabulary in that, along with the story elements that we just talked about.
Following the lesson, the students create a storyline for their books.
Day 5 is for writing the first draft, which students will have to complete over the weekend if they don't finish at school.
On day 6, there will be a peer workshop in class. Ms. Katani will also start meeting with each student to talk about revisions.
So I really liked your story. You did a good job talking about the facts of your animal, but I really didn't know what your resolution was.
Okay, I'll work on that one. I really liked your story too, and I think you did a good job with the story elements. Like there was a clear problem, and then it got solved in the end. But I only found like one additional fact. So if you add a couple more facts about your animal, I think that might help.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
We just finished reviewing each other's stories, but now we wanted to talk to you about them.
Okay,
So-
and you have all the parts? You used your checklist?
Yes.
Alright, let me see. Alright, well this looks really good so far. I liked how you explained what type of animal you have, but I think you should go a little more in depth with the habitat. Maybe you could use some different scientific vocabulary or some more descriptive words so we get a better idea of what kind of habitat your animal's living in.
Okay, so like if it was like a wet climate or something like that, if it rained a lot, like those type of words?
Yeah, that sounds really good. Now let's look at yours and see what you have. Okay, that sounds really good too. I think that you could go a little bit more in depth with your resolution though.
Okay.
I don't really understand what's going on. You have a resolution, but I think you need to go a little bit more in depth with it so I can better understand what's going on.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Days 7 and 8 are for continuing student conferences. After meeting with Ms. Katani, students write their final drafts complete with illustrations.
The students have finished writing and illustrating their books. Now they will read them to a younger class.
So this is the book I wrote for my class, and it's called A Day in the Life of Todd the Turtle. When Todd woke up, he was hungry. Because he's an herbivore, he looked for some yummy plants to eat. But he had eaten all of the nearby plants last night. Todd went to look for more food, but he got distracted by the warm sunshine. It felt really good because Todd is cold-blooded, so he needs a warm environment to have a good body temperature. So Todd laid down and took a nap. But when he woke up, he was really hungry, so he set off again to look for more food.